basically like dating 3 chapters. This whole last couple of months, I've been dating like 3 chapters. So it's been a whirlwind. It was a very, very tough decision. But when that soror got up there and said, dues due today, I was like, well, let me get myself. That's what they was doing at the meeting today. They was on some old pay up or shut up. Here's your chance. Put your money on the table, sis. And then, like, as this is going on, one of my pro fights that's in the chapter, she's standing over there like, she got her drink. Let me go get it. Let me act to that. Okay, so now all this is going on. One of my pro fights come over. She like, she all in, right? She being straight nosed. That's her way of looking out for me. But she was straight being nosy. She was all in the Kool-Aid, but she totally knew the flavor. It was like that kind of vibe. So she's like, First, let me start off by saying I had no idea that I was going to become a financial member of the sorority today. Just that everything happened so fast. It went like. So before I even get started and tell you about the new chapter that I'm officially an active member in, first, I want to give a shout out to DBS, Delta Beta Sigma chapter down in Norfolk, Virginia. When I moved down to Virginia, I had never lived anywhere else but Jersey. And those sorors down there, they literally welcomed me with open arms. I got much love and respect for that chapter. Fast forward till today. So I pull up. Now, mind you, the chapter meeting is in Union. But as soon as I pull up, I'm recognizing like the area. Like they're literally like 1 block over from where I am very often due to my career. Okay. So they're like in my area, in my zone, right? So, you know, I see a soror coming in. Going into the door, I'm like, wait for me. You know, my little skirt, cause you know, I usually got a skirt on, a little skirt, like trying to run to the, like not run, but hurry up to the door because I'm so excited, you know, like, and I didn't want to walk in alone, you know, like all eyes on me. This ain't no Tupac. We wasn't doing that today. It was like, I was trying to come in with a soror, you know, like kind of like blend in, you know, I wasn't trying to like, who is that? You know, like I wasn't trying to do that. So I was like, wait for me. So, another older soror was coming in and I started talking to her. We were giving each other compliments and we were cackling and laughing and we entered and I got my wish. I didn't have to enter that door by myself. And it was just sisterly from the door. They were sisterly from the door. The meeting started like, you know, within a reasonable amount of time of what they said it was going to start. They did their reports, their announcements and everything. And like I said, I had pretty much made up in my mind what chapter I was going to join, but it was just all surreal because here I am sitting there at the table. And at the end of the meeting, the tamiokas, again, for those who aren't in sorority life, a tamiokas is somebody who handles the financial matters of the sorority. So she's gonna say, I know you, you know, so come to find out her children went to the school where I teach. So it's like instant conversation, you know, about that. And then on top of it, she went to my undergrad college too. Like after I had graduated, she wasn't there at the same time that I was, or maybe she was. We did overlap a little bit, but we didn't know each other, but she knew of me. We were having a great conversation. She let me get on her computer to like log in because again, I was lining all of this up. I had already got in contact with national headquarters. I just had them put me in the system as a member at large because I was undecided as far as a chapter goes. So it was very easy. She showed me how to click from member at large to go to an actual chapter and to pick the chapter name and the drop down, everything. Like she basically helped me do everything. And just like that, your girl was back in Sigma business. But I had no idea it was my big day. I thought I was just coming in to sit in a chapter meeting. I had no idea the Tamiokas was going to stand up there and say, by the way, dues are due today. I'm like, dues are due today? I was like, well, let me get myself. And then, like, as this is going on, one of my pro fights that's in the chapter, she's standing over there like, she got her drink. Let me go get it. Let me add to that. So while all this is going on, I got my drink. Okay, so now all this is going on, one of my pro fights come over, she like, she all in, right? She being straight nose. That's her way of looking out for me. But she was straight being nose. She was all in the Kool-Aid, but she totally knew the flavor. It was like that kind of vibe. And it's like, you know, so then that was done. And then one of the anti-bacillus, she was making sure that I was straight. The same store I had been in contact the whole time about possibly coming into the chapter and just going to their events. So it was just super dope. And then afterwards, they straight broke out with a stroll practice. I didn't record them because it's like, I'm not trying to put them on YouTube, you know, like not without their permission. So I ain't record them, but on a stroll, I'm like, dang, they still doing these same strolls? They still doing a tabletop stroll? So it's like, yeah, so I hopped in on a stroll. They were strolling and then we said our goodbyes and then eventually I left to get back home to my son. But yeah, so definitely a dope experience. And I am officially a financial and active member of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated Theta Phi Sigma chapter, the Northeast Region chapter of the year, alumni chapter of the year. Write that down. Take notes, sis. Take notes, bro. Write that down. And I am just too happy. So I know what you're thinking. How in the world did you decide what chapter you were going to? Well, that is a good question because there wasn't just one or two chapters to choose from. There were actually 3 chapters to choose from. So it made my decision hecka tough, y'all. If it's one thing about me, it's like, I like to live in my purpose. I just wanted to be able to work. Like, I'm not one of them sorority sisters that just come and sit and pay my money and do nothing. Like, I'm one of the worker bees, you know? You got the worker bees and you got the t-shirt wearers, you know? Let's just keep it all at 100, you know? You got the 2 sets of sorors. Some of them gonna work and some of them just gonna sit there and look cute, you know? So, I like to do both. After all, it's just glittery. Before I go, a special shout out to Gamma Nu Sigma. I met some really nice and sweet sorors at the self-defense program that I went to in the park. Shout out to y'all. And also special shout out to Delta Kappa Sigma because that chapter is popping. Okay, they like 60 something deep and they always got something fun going on. So shout out to you too. Just know that me picking a chapter was nothing personal. It was all Sigma business and it all revolved around what I felt like I can give and what I felt like that chapter could possibly give back to me as well. So I'm super excited, like I said, and very blessed and fortunate that when Sora stood up talking about some of the dues were due today, that I had the dues in my account to be able to swing it, you know, because again, I did not plan on becoming a financial member today. I was just going to do it, you know, on the deadline, which is not right now. But again, I'm very blessed and everything happens for a reason. The way everything happened, the way I literally called a soror 2 days ago saying, can I come to the chapter meeting? Can you get me clearance? And then fast forward, all of a sudden I'm at the meeting, you know, and it was just so surreal. It's so perfect.